Hey guys, Dubakoo here with another UI video. I've just done a shot of this and it went on way too long, so I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible, okay? And I'm just going to shoot down this list like as fast as possible, and I am not going into any configs like I friggin' did on the other video. I kept like trying to avoid it and then I ended up doing it anyway. Okay, so first of all, the first add-on that I use is Bigwigs. Now, the reason I use this is basically I think as a raid leader it's a tad more informative. The timers are a little bit, I think they're quite a bit more synced than the DBM is right now. So a little tester of Bigwigs for you while I carry on with everything else. But basically, take a look at the screen. You're not going to see anything for 16 seconds, but that is Bigwigs, and that's how I monitor it as a leader. The next one is Combustion Helper, only relevant to a mage, but a little demonstration of what it looks like and when to use it basically. So right now everything is nice and green. It's not very good, it's only 1500 ignite, but I mean it's friggin' everything's green, and that's when you want to pop your combustion, okay? Only relevant to a mage. The next one is Dominoes. In my opinion, I've used it for a long time. In my opinion, it's highly customizable, whatever the word is. It's just really, really nice to use. There are alternatives out there, but this comes with the UI pack that I'm currently using. Probably should have mentioned that first before anything else actually. I'm actually using the pre-installed pack TUSUI version 5. Now, pretty much most of the add-ons on my screen are from TUSUI 5. However, my configuring is completely different to how, not completely differently, but probably 60% of the stuff on the screen is edited in my preference, okay? And there are additions on here too. TUSUI version 5. The next add-on that I use is Mage Nuggets. Now, every class can use this, and they can use it for different reasons. I only use it for spell stealing. Everything else is disabled, apart from my ignite. This thing here, that is Mage Nugget. And I use that for when it gets over 15k I put my combustion. So I'm doing it again, going into configs, but as you can see everything is disabled. The only thing I have enabled is spell steal monitor, and apparently I have polymorph enabled as well, but I never see that actually. But spell steal is the main one for me. The next one I use is mixed scrolling battle text. I don't use much information from Mickey, but what I do use is incoming damage, some notifications, which is like out of combat, in combat, and static information. For example, when things come off cooldown, when abilities and skills come off cooldown, it tells me when they're ready. That is it. I don't like my outgoing damage being previewed on this side, going crazy, like fucking blocking up my shit. I do, however, have these enabled, the Blizzard UI damage, okay? So that is mixed scrolling battle text. The next one is Glow. Now, I'm not going to go into this at all. It's a terrible add-on, but it comes with the pack. It just basically highlights the colour around your thing more densely. Right now mine's disabled. I guess it's just to identify, I think it might be enabled actually, because they're quite glowy. But realistically, it's just to identify more clearly whether you got an epic or a rare on. Okay, that's called Glow. Next one is Omen. Everyone is familiar with Omen. It just tells you what the threat range is. The next one is OmniCC. Really good for tracking HOTS from the actual skill bar itself, and it's also extremely good for healers on the grid side of things. A rejuve tells you exactly how many seconds it is up there, relevant to the actual icon, since icons is an additional part of grid. We'll get into that. So that's OmniCC. The next one is one bag and one bag. It pretty much just showed you the one bag, pretty much. Next one is Power Aura. Now this is pretty buggy at the moment, and it's also under development for version 5. But currently, on the 22nd of the 10th, I am using it. It works, and it's called version 4. I believe it's just version 4 for MoP. Like, I think it's version 4 for MoP. That's how I found it. And it works. It's really good. I use it for raid cooldowns. I use it for tracking my living bombs. So I don't have to look down here ever. So I just keep my eye on here, and I have my power aura showing my shit when it procs and that. But that's for me. Sorry, I'm gonna itchy eye. That is for my Inferno Blast, and that's my Power Blast. Boom. Shakalaka. Okay, sorry about that. The next one is Pratt. That is my chat boxes. I use this like because it's friggin' awesome. This side of the screen, I have my general trash chat, combat log, and my loot system. Shit going on over here. And this is my personal, where all my raid chat, party chat, personal chat, PM chat, IRL, bloody whatever bullshit crap chat going on. The next one after that is Pull Countdown. Awesome for raid leading. Super fast. That sort of thing if you don't have DBM. Target what you want to pull. I'll show you what it'll do if I target this guy. So you pull the actual thing. Pulling train dummy in 6, 5, 4. Let's abort. Pull aboard. Let's pull this Cactora, whatever it's called. Cactora. We are now pulling Cactora, lol, in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's abort. Okay, that is called Pull Cooldown. The next one is Quartz. I have everything disabled as my cast bar is on my character frame here. The only thing I do use it for is actually just target, basically. My target's cast. Really useful on boss fights, and it's also really useful for PvP. The next one after that is Recount or SCADA. I prefer Recount, just because of the navigational side of things. I quite hate SCADA actually. It's ridiculous how hard they make it when you're trying to find things in a rush. It doesn't let you. It's like one of those little prick add-ons. The next one is Simple Power Bar. This just replaces the standard UI, standard Blizzard Power Bar, and it is just as it's got a new one. But basically, that is tidy plates, straight plates. The next one is Who Framed Watcher Rabbit. Ridiculous name, because to be honest, it's just a tracker. Actually, it's just tracking my quests. The next one is WoW Pro, which you have to download TomTom for it to work properly. You get this from wow-pro.com. The latest version I think is 4.3.4, which is up to date with all of the MoP maps. A little hint, if you're going to use this, make sure that you follow this step to step. It is a fantastic tool if you want to level up nice and fast and swift, etc. It tells you the quickest ways, the quickest routes known to the actual game. Yeah, it's fantastic. It can be used for dailies, like guide on dailies, WoW friggin' world event things, questing through every single map. It is absolutely fucking awesome, and I swear down it will help you level much faster and more efficiently. Especially if you want the lore master achievement, instead of looking through quest bullshit like, oh, I'm missing a quest on this map, I've got 95 out of 96, I need fucking help. Use this add-on, it will tell you everything you need to know in that map. Other trash add-ons that are hanging around: NPC scan just to find rares, etc. Arcade, which is pretty much what you'd think it would be. It's just an archaeology help add-on. It just kind of makes it a bit easier. Adds a frame to your shit. It doesn't lay it out quite correctly, but basically it's just like, it just makes it easier while you're doing archaeology. I could turn that shit off because I don't even use it anymore. Auctioneer, if you're an auction fucking fanatic, going selling shit all the time or buying loads of shit, you'd really need to get that. Atlas loot to find all the items in the game, I guess. Bug sack is, especially if you got a UI like this and you're going to get a ton of bugs and lure errors, that is needed. That's bug sack. What else is there? Inline aura, that comes with the actual pack and you never need to worry about it. Mask is the same thing, there for the skills. Oh, my voice is going to start sounding boring. Actually, I'm nearly done. Overachiever, that is pretty much if you're an achievement fanatic. It tells you as you're doing the achievement, it tells you what you need, when you've done it, and pretty much... I was asking him if he could join a raid earlier so I could sort that pull down macro. So that overachiever, yeah, it tells you, basically, if you're an achievement farmer, you need it. Pratt cooldown, quartz, real ID tunes, that comes with a pack. Not really sure what that gives you. Time to die again comes with a pack. Tula range comes with a pack. It looks like I'm done actually. Okay, if there are any more questions based on this UI or anything else that you wish to know. Oh, actually, sorry, one more add-on. It is my SL data text, which I love this add-on. It tells me my FPS, my MS, my usage of add-ons, which is quite high, my gold throughout my realms, my auction house alerts, my armor, the time, coordinates. I don't know how to delete those coordinates at the top here, but these coordinates are what I look at. And these are what I don't look at these ones. These are why they're in the middle of the screen. But it can track your currencies. You can track your XP bar rather than having this big fat bar at the top. Bag space, rep. That's pretty much SL data text. Turn that off. Did I say Raven? Did I say that in this one? Raven is my buff bar here at the top. It's also my dots on the target here, and debuffs is pretty much the same but over here. Raven is really nice for customizing particular things, like if there's a debuff on you that you do not like, you must get it off you now. You can set like a sound to it and shit. So it's quite nice for particular things like that, unlike screen effects. Okay, so that's Raven. And I'm going to end this video here before it gets any longer. Again, if there's any questions, feel free to PM me or leave me messages and stuff. See you later.